Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Do. Call me broccoli because I am just steaming over this. That self-righteous prick, Elon Musk, who hates all of the gays, the blacks, and the trans chums, just bought a majority stake in Twitter. Do you realize what this means? It means that all of those hateful bigots who have been spreading massive amounts of Russian disinformation, medical misinformation, and hate speech just might get their social media platforms back. Somebody slap the Johnson out of Brian Stelter's sexy mouth. We need his journalistic integrity now more than ever. This is America, bastion of free speech and free press.
YouTube temporarily suspended Republican Senator Ron Johnson on Friday for violating its medical misinformation policy.
The tech giants say Parler wasn't doing enough to prevent posts inciting violence.
I think it's really important to move quickly on taking down these operations and making sure that they don't reach large numbers of people.
I thought a private company could do whatever the hell they want. So why is Twitter, a privately owned company whose shares are available to the public for purchase, allowing that fuckmook Elon Musk to buy 9% of their company and to add insult to injury, give him a fucking board position? How is this legal? Why can't Twitter just deny that massive influx of capital? It only allowed their stock to rise up 20% in one day, which is next to nothing, just like my knowledge of the stock market. It's not like Twitter was failing or anything. Having contempt for a majority of your user base is a good thing. That's why catering to the vocal minority is always a smart business decision. History has proven this over and over and over again. Why isn't Nancy Pelosi doing something about this? She's a white woman, therefore she has all sorts of privilege to do whatever she wants in the eyes of the government. I thought they were supposed to make all of our troubles go away.
Because this is a free market and people, we're a free market economy, they should be able to participate in that.
Oh, fuck off! That clip is completely out of context. She was using her right as an elected official to abuse her authority to make money off the stock market. That's completely different. Allowing yellow journalists like Andy Ngo to openly report on hate crimes or reporting on Antifa militants who are constantly being released without bail for crimes of assault, arson, and even murder, or having the audacity to point out blatant pieces of hypocrisy from our elected officials. How dare he? Private citizen hate mongers like Mike Lindell, who openly questioned the validity of the completely fair, totally free, untouched 2020 election that was generously fortified by private corporations and big tech, does nothing but open the door to a possible investigation as to whether or not what he's saying is true. And murderers like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who spread evil medical misinformation by posting legitimate statistics from VAERS, allow people to do research for themselves and come up with their own conclusions. And lest we forget, the most evil man on the planet, Donald Trump, Satan himself, who got permanently banned from the platform thanks to the unprecedented, ultra-violent, completely unarmed insurrection that resulted in the single murder of an unarmed traitor who was trying to keep people from destroying the Capitol building. If we cannot silence the voice of the President of the United States, then what's the point of having social media? The mere possibility that these evil fascists could potentially get unbanned and use the platform again is insane. I swear to God, I know I'm gonna get PTSD over this. I just know it. Every single goddamn time I have to hear or see something that mildly offends me, boom, PTSD. Just the other day, I went to the store to get a box of cream of wheat when somebody said my shirt was just a little bit too long for my height for this time of year. And I cried so hard at the hate speech that I ended up blacking out. When I came to 6 hours later, I was curled up in the fetal position, clutching my waifu pillow for dear life, and wallowing in what I could only hope was a puddle of my own vomit. So when journalists like Taylor Lorenz say that mean comments on the internet traumatized her to the point where she was considering suicide, you can take her word for it, because that's how deep psychological trauma works, you know. Elon Musk is evil. Plain and simple. Free speech does not mean you're allowed to speak your mind. Free speech clearly means that you are freely allowed to speak your mind on subjects that people like and agree upon. Having civil disagreements on subjects like race, gun control, gender identity, and politics in general is horrific and bloody violence. And that is a fact straight from the science. It doesn't matter that Teslas are driven by the very same politicians, pundits, and late-night personalities who demonizes every word. It's totally fine to support a company that does nothing but spread hate, evil, and exploit child labor in exchange for cheap goods. Who cares if he's changing the way we see space travel? What's the point of colonizing Mars if we can't deny mankind the right to be able to freely speak one's mind? And how is it possibly fair that a company that manufactures civilian-issue flamethrowers should have a say in how a privately owned company does business? You know, I kind of forgot about the flamethrowers. You know, those things are kind of cool. I kind of want one now. God damn it.
What is up, Mahonies? Arston the Unclean here. Just dropping on by to say thanks for checking out the new video. If you long for the days of boring politics, video stores, and fruit stripe bubblegum, then you found yourself some refuge. We're all about practicing free will on this tiny corner of the internet, so if liking and subscribing are your thing, then go right ahead. Throwing a comment down below is up to you as well. Today's subject is for Micah. I also want to take a second to give a heartfelt thank you to Mr. Andy No, arguably one of the ballsiest independent journalists on the internet. In a world filled with mass media censorship, the man will stop at nothing to make sure that you hear the truth that you deserve. He definitely deserves our support, so I'm gonna leave a link to his Twitter and his YouTube channel down below. And as always, thank you for caring, and I'll see you in the gulag.